Good afternoon and welcome once again to Ask Elaine. And we're just so happy here in the studio today. It's a happy studio day. Guess who I have with me, y'all? Look, I tell you, this is something. This is something. Um, we have as our special guest in their own place.
Wow.
That's taken over, isn't it?
Yes,
You
it
make
is.
somebody their a special guest in their own place of business. We have with us today on Ask Elaine none other than Apostle Vertice Rozier
Thank you.
and also Bishop Don Scott with us today. We have some special things that we want to ask them. And they're going to tell us, they tell you whether you ask them or not. But we want to, first of all, welcome all of you. Thank you so much, those who are listening on radio and those who've joined us on Facebook Live. Those who are here, Patricia Booz, we want to welcome her. Stephanie Harp is here. Leah Sutton. Ricky Crawford is with Ricky and Randy are twins, and they both worked as union reps at Brown
Okay.
and Williamson when it was here, and they are two powerful guys.
Wow.
They saved a whole lot of folks from some stuff when they were about to have, but I won't talk too much about that. Anyway, and we just want to welcome all of you. We also have, how do you say it?
Chantral.
Chantrell
Chantral.
Combs. I feel like it's drive time all over again. We are taking calls, Mr. Engineer. We certainly, most certainly will. Our call-in number is 478-250-1444, and we invite you to call in. But I want to introduce once again our very special guest, and I'm going to tell you why they are such special guests today. But first of all, we want them to say hello to all of you. Some of you who probably have not tuned in to Ask Elaine, but because they asked you to tune in to our little old show today, you tuned in. Harriet Taylor, Nakia Cherie, Lashonia Rouse Brown. Oh, these are familiar names. Hey, Drive Time family. So, would you each just kind of you don't need any introduction, but just kind of give us the opening
All
shots
right.
here.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to the evening number one show, Ask Elaine Talk Show. I'm glad to be here. I am Vertice Z. Rosier. How you doing?
How you do? All right.
Everyone is so glad to see everyone on. I am Don H. Scott, and yeah, I do 11 to 3. So I come on
Uh-huh.
afterwards, right before our evening shows begin, and we're just excited to be on the number one afternoon show
Oh
with
my!
Commissioner Elaine
Rest of y'all hear that?
Huckabee.
You got a number of shows that come on, but this one is the number one. Y'all ask you like, y'all keep on tuning in. We do appreciate your being there, and I am just so appreciative for these two gentlemen, and they truly are gentlemen. They know how to treat people, and they're always smiling. You don't know what's going on. Everybody can't have good days all the time, but you never know it with these. My sister Nita
Mhm.
is on, and Shonda Harper and
Hey,
Joyce Gray Humphrey is on there. Gosh, y'all really brought everybody out today. We're just so happy to have all of you. I have three of my grandchildren who are visiting with us in the
Yes.
studio today too. We have Unaya, who is visiting with us from Tampa. We have Alexander, who is in upcoming fourth grader at St. Peter Claver. He is in the studio. And then Nyla Tennyson, another granddaughter who just graduated from Howard High, and she will be attending Middle Georgia State. I believe she's interested
Awesome.
in nursing, and she's
Awesome.
big girl. They think they're big girl. They just don't know these grandmamas. Beverly Fitzhugh and I and any of the others that think of themselves as grands, we will show up on the campus.
That's
We
a
will
wonderful thing.
show up. So they need to keep it all together, any of them that are in
Together.
college, because we will show up
Good thing.
and there's no filter when we
Yes.
show
No.
when we show up. So they have to keep it together.
A drive time moment.
Wilson Pierce, Peggy Davis,
Wow.
Amzie Rouse Robinson, all of these folks have joined us. Thank you so very much. And everybody who's joined us by AM and FM. On last week, I was honored. I was so honored to be a speaker. I guess I spoke. I guess I
Yes,
spoke, y'all.
phenomenal job.
But when I took the podium, when after that wonderful introduction, I got up there and I said, what did I say? Giving honor to God. And they just burst out into applause and cheering and stuff. Now, you talking about making somebody feel good. Overseer Mabel Randall is on as well.
Yeah.
Cynthia
Overseer.
Cersei is there too. Hey, all of you, we're so glad to have you here. But to have that kind of a welcome was just, any nervousness or any doubts that you might have in what you had to say, they were immediately removed. And I just felt the cathedral was just electric
Thank you.
last week. And I had intended to bring my program in to show some of the pages from it, but they had us look. Diana Hollins had her looking like a movie star, beauty queen. Had me all spruced up and looking like it was my glamour shot and everything. I tell you, they did it. They did it up, and I am just and thank you, Leah Sutton, for joining us, and I appreciate what you the comments that you have made. But we're here for a very special reason. We have these two gentlemen on because all of Macon needs to know about what they have done for this community, and more, not just Macon Beer, but more especially the Cherokee Heights area, this historic area that has its share of facilities, structures that need work,
Yes. Right.
that need some TLC. But what they did was they came into this community and they not only, what the first thing they did was to purchase this radio station.
Yes.
So, first thing I want you to do is to talk about that. And we want to salute you two as the owners, the only ones, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Of a black owned radio station. And we are just so proud of that. We want to see more businesses locate in Macon, operate out of Macon. That helps all of us here in Macon. So, if you'll tell us about the DDO and that whole proposition there, where you have enhanced not only Macon businesses but also the this Hillcrest Heights
Yes,
area.
ma'am. Well, we're certainly honored, first of all, to be on Axie Lane. You are such an icon in this area and in this city,
Oh,
and you make major impacts. And so we're honored to be certainly on the show. And but we're great. We are honored that the Lord will open up a door for us to be owners of WDDO. When we was put into our hand, the Lord made a way, and we jumped on it. But the main thing that we did not want to do, we didn't want to move it out of this neighborhood.
Yeah.
We wanted the station to stay in our neighborhood, our part of the hood, the
Right.
area.
That's right. That's right. We need some things too.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we were
Yeah.
determined to stay on this side of town to help enhance it, help bring the value, help do what we could do for our own people in this community. So
Right.
Bishop and I, go Bishop, you take it from there.
Well, I mean, you were saying it. Our main goal was to, prior to us receiving it, Chief was actually on 100.5.
Hmm.
And it being on 100.5, it was very impactful. However, when it went silent, it was a void, as it was said.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it was our heart's desire to fill that void in any way we possibly could, because it was really a passion, and it made a difference in the community. So when the Lord allowed us to be able to get the vehicle back, we were very excited, and moved very
Expeditiously.
expeditiously
Yes, you
to get
did.
it done. And in
Yes, you
doing it,
did.
and in doing that, we made it a pact to make sure that we, according to what the Lord had mandated, connect the communities through the gospel,
That's right.
because that's what was the focal point before. And if we could get that going again, then we wanted it to. And we never imagined that we would be able to do it at the magnitude of which we're doing it now.
Right.
Well, but it takes people, certain kinds of people.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody can't do it.
Yes.
But you two have done it, and we are just so thankful. Um, Peggy Davis says, "Men with a vision, God will." Um,
And had it possible.
and had it possible. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And we want to welcome Latoya Robinson, Maria Bryant with the NAACP. The hail, the gang's all
My
here.
mama is on here. Hey,
Mine.
mom.
Where's your
Mother.
mama?
Mary Rozier.
Oh, yeah.
Bishop
That's
wife
that
is on
lady.
here.
Yeah, my wife
That's
is
that
on as
lady.
well.
Yeah, the judge is here. Oh, we are just so thankful to have all of you on today, because this is a real story. This is Judge Scott. We want to welcome you. Thank you so much. I know you're busy, taking care of business,
Right.
folks doing stuff all over. You have to
Right.
take care of it. But we are just so happy that all of you have joined us today. Thank you so much. Now, it takes some energy.
Yes.
It takes looking into the future. It takes a vision, as Peggy Davis says.
Yes.
Takes a vision. So, what was it that made you want to do this in Macon and for Macon?
Well, one of the things is when I was on 100.5, there was something we had called drive time.
Mm-hmm.
And the drive time remained even when I was off the station, thanks to Jen Jackson
Jen
and
Jackson,
others
yes.
that worked so very hard. And Dr. Glover also was pulling us on, says, listen, when are y'all coming back? I've been on the radio for over
Yeah.
30, 40 years.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait on you guys. And he did that. He waited on us. And so, and the walking down the lane, playing the music for the elderly, the
Right.
old, and just the calls I get and the smiles and the
Right.
nursing homes and
Oh, yeah, we hear the nurses. We hear the
They're
nurses.
serious about it. They're
Hey,
not
you
playing
had
with
some
it.
serious laughing this morning.
so it pulled us back to serving. We're servants, period. Even in our own local churches,
So true.
we are the leaders, but we're the servants of the people. So we wanted to come back and serve.
Right.
And I'm grateful Bobby Clark is on. I'm grateful for his training
Yeah.
that he
Right.
taught me on 100.5, and I became one of his radio sons. And so our faith and just believing that if we obey God, came back and serve, is really just to connect and
Uh-huh.
serve.
Uh-huh.
We enjoy seeing smile. Someone asked me the other day, how in the world you come on at 6 o'clock with all of that energy?
Smiling. Smiling.
But it's for the joy of the people.
Uh-huh.
We really, and Bishop will expound this, but we're so grateful. I grew up in this area playing the piano, singing in choirs, but for people to embrace you and love you is bigger than any money.
Well,
and any
you've
gain.
got something unique. It's something that you all provide to this community that we need. We need people who will inspire. We don't need to hear every gory story of crime or violence or whatever. We hear so much of that, and people just want something bright,
Yes,
something
ma'am.
sparkly. They want to to laugh.
Yes.
They want to laugh. I mean, it could be a silly something or a serious something. They want to laugh. They
Right.
want to be able
Right.
to laugh.
Eh,
And you all make people laugh. I wake up, I've told y'all this. I wake up in the morning, reach over and grab my cell phone and go to go to the glory, and you'll be laughing, and then a bishop will come on and he'll be falling out of his chair laughing and stuff,
Right.
and my husband just wonders what in the
what?
world is this that y'all are laughing at in the morning, and then he has to laugh
Right, here has to
as
go.
well. So it is, y'all just inspire people, you wake people up. People need something to cheer them
Yes,
up
ma'am.
and get them going on their day. So I applaud you
Thank you.
for
Thank you.
doing that. There's
Thank you.
not enough of it, but y'all are just so unique. You're unique, and we honor you too because you do minister to the community, and you do it so early, and then you go throughout the day ministering to this community. Now, uh, after the station, then you decided you were going to, you previously were across the street
Yes, ma'am.
operating out of Greater Zion
Yeah.
Hill,
Education
Yes.
but
building.
then you decided you were going to further develop this area. So what did you do then?
We purchased the property across the street. One day we came in, we noticed a for sale sign on this property, and we had a discussion. You know, listen, Greater Zion Hill was wonderful to us.
Oh,
Yeah.
they are
We
wonderful
were not
people.
trying to get away from them. We were just
Mhm.
trying to expand.
You
So
just went across the
we just went,
street.
and we were trying to get away from them. We wouldn't have gone right across the
Yeah,
street.
We
yeah,
still got a
yeah,
camera on that
Exactly.
building.
We
We
yeah.
still
still watch
saw
the
them go
building.
in.
They watch
We
it.
still saw them
No,
come
but
over there.
it's family. They embraced us so much. They did so much to assist us in getting started in the community. It was just so wonderful. Like Chief said, we did not want to take it out of the community. We actually from the day we started had options to take it downtown.
Uh-huh.
However, it was the community that needed us more so than
Right.
downtown did. And
That's
we
right.
appreciate a space at the table downtown. We do, but the community was definitely where we wanted to put it.
Absolutely. And
And
this
so,
this area needed the development.
yes,
They
ma'am.
needed the entrepreneurship
Yes.
that
Yes, ma'am.
y'all
And
brought.
it gave us a space to open up more doors
That's
to the
right.
community. So within the community, opening doors within the community and being able to serve the community better right within the community is what we wanted to do.
Okay, for those of you who two people who might not know, um, this location is here at the it's Coleman Avenue, but it's right at that corner of Napier Avenue and Poundona Avenue. It's directly behind that corner there, the Napier neighborhood store. And tell us what y'all have done with these two
Well,
buildings.
we've taken the building itself is historic, very beautiful church, very beautiful building here, and the house across the street. And so, what we've taken for the sanctuary, of course, is God's Way Church, where we allow
Right,
Overseer Mabel Rand as the senior
right.
pastor there. But we came in and totally redid this place to make double studios, a safe haven for our guests and also for ourselves during that time COVID was going on, and you
Hmm.
probably can tell them how strict we was about.
Oh, look, they wash you down. They you come in here, you weren't spreading anything to them. They weren't getting anything. You weren't giving them anything either. And that's the way it's
Yes,
supposed to
ma'am.
be.
Yes, ma'am. And
Yeah.
so we went recently opened something called the Glory House, and through Drive Time and High Praise, we feed the community. We've been to group homes. We fed nursing homes. We went to the transitional
homes.
houses, and
Right.
the children. Every area
Mhm.
that we wanted to reach was for the total family.
Right.
We just didn't want one group. We want everybody
Yeah.
to be a part. So the Glory House is something that's providing shelter,
Right.
providing provision for people that's too hot. You got a place you can come and cool off. And on Fridays, we're feeding. We started off with 100. Now
Right.
we're at 200
Right.
Oh my.
on Fridays. So it's just, I'm telling you, Commissioner, just to see um, your impact. You're a great influence
Right.
to us. You're everywhere. And there's not anything that goes on this city that you're not involved in.
Right.
And I think it's a great example to us as well to be involved in everything that's going on.
Well, it allows you to it allows you to know what's going on. And I think that's very, very important. And I love telling positive
Stories,
stories of
yes.
things that are going on. And if I've had any part in encouraging people to take a look at what you all are doing over here, I'm going to continue doing that.
We appreciate it.
Just like I do with our DA,
Yes.
who has these folks after her. They were after her from the time before she took office. And there are a number of other people who are that these folks are after.
So true.
We've got some evil going
do.
on, and it's going to take people of faith to rid us
Yes,
of
yes.
some of that. And y'all are doing that. You're recognizing the needs in this community, and you're addressing those needs. And to me, my motto, faith without works, is
Right.
dead. And if you don't do something with the faith, don't tell me about
Ooh.
what you believe.
Right.
Don't
Right.
tell me that. You have to show
Show
me.
me. Yeah.
You have to show me. So, and I think it's that way with everybody. And people wonder why. Well, why am I not prospering? Not prospering because you're doing a whole lot of talk.
Right.
But what about the walk?
Right.
What about the walk? And you all are doing the walk. And I saw that at the church that I
Right.
visited this past week. Everybody's involved, everybody's happy, they're lively, they're not sitting looking around at each other to see what this one's going to do or that one's going to do. Everybody's playing their
And
part.
nobody goes
And
to sleep.
you have to have no. I was afraid somebody was going. I was going to have to wake somebody up. I was going to hear some snoring in there, but they were kind. If they wanted to go to sleep, they didn't go to sleep. So you all are true leaders,
Thank
and
you.
we
Thank you so much.
appreciate that. Jamarcus Hogan has joined us, Eric Borden, Anthony Poole. All these are drive time. All these are drive time, folks. Oh my, I am just so thrilled. I'm so honored that you have joined us, even though I know it's because we had the apostle and the bishop on. I don't care why you joined. We're just glad you joined us today. And thank you, all of those who have joined us, AM, FM, the Glory Live, whatever the medium, we are happy to have you. Rhonda Bird,
Rhonda,
your
Madam
president.
President, Madam President.
Yeah, LaTanja Renfro.
Renfro.
Uh-huh. Your folks, you know. Now they're my folks, because what they're
Yes.
gonna do today is to see the people and how interesting Ask Elaine is.
It
We
is so
try to
interesting.
provide
Right.
information every day, and there's nothing more important than sharing with you heroes that we have, people who are in enhancing the community through hard work.
Yes.
These folks did not have to locate here in Macon. They have. Tell us about your churches. All the churches
Well,
you have.
we have house churches here in Georgia
Mhm.
as 8. How many churches we have in Georgia? 8. 8 churches in Georgia. We have 2 in Alabama. We're 3 in Alabama. We're in Philadelphia,
Yes.
and all. I think we have about 15 churches that are housed.
Oh my,
and
right. The
overseen.
work that gets done
The work that
with
gets
that.
done.
And then y'all travel.
A
We
lot.
do.
Y'all travel. Y'all should be just as thin. Y'all should be so thin.
Well, I'm
I
not.
don't you're not you're not fat, but you know I was making a joke. But the kind of work that
Yes, ma'am.
y'all put in, the hours. Now, here you are in Macon, Georgia, doing this show, and we see the cover of the program, the 27th
That's
annual Holy
Yeah.
convocation.
Convocation.
Holy Gambler. That's
Yeah,
actually it's the
yeah,
flip book, so it's the whole program actually has access
yeah,
to it all. You can flip
yeah.
through it.
Let's go through and let's see the inside cover there.
Wow.
It's a wonderful, a beautifully done program. Do you see there? Oh, this was great. That's the that's somebody that we know. And look at that. Look at that. That's Bishop Scott. And then yeah, Dr. Hollins and the outline of the program. And see the glamour shots. Yeah, I told y'all about the glamour shots, And they had the whole had my life story there, talking about Ella and Leonard Huckabee and everything. And then the listing of the churches and
Yes.
pictures of the overseers or the senior pastors. It was just a wonderful, wonderful program. Just very well done, everything in order and very well done. And I heard some stories about how you have a vision. Y'all have
Yes.
had a vision, and then you have worked hard to make those
Yes,
visions
ma'am.
into a reality. I'm in awe of what you have done. But now let's come back to Macon, Georgia,
Yes.
and let's talk about the house where you're providing for the least of these. There are um, people don't realize that we have a 30% poverty rate.
Wow.
Here. Wow.
That means 3 out of every 10 citizens that we have are living in poverty. They don't have the basic needs.
Wow.
And my question is, what are you doing to help? Are you doing anything, or are you just talking about doing something? Or are you just talking about the people?
Right.
And because you have been blessed, you look at other folks and you don't see that there's anything that you need to do to help people.
Mhm.
But now I'm not preaching. I'm
It's
not
all
gonna do
good.
that,
Mhm.
y'all. I'm not gonna do
What's the
that.
cash app?
But there is a message here that we are obligated, and I know y'all know the verses to use. Oh, he's taking up the
Yeah,
collection.
taking up the
He took
offering.
up the offering.
What you talking
I
Like, what's the
must have
cash app?
breathed.
What's the cash
But
app? I send you a little something.
yeah, yeah, dollar sign EH Lucas. But but um but when you get a lot, when a lot is given to you
Right.
and you get blessed
Mhm.
and you don't have to stay on the street and you aren't hungry,
Right.
and from me and a whole lot of other folks I see, nobody's missing a meal. We need to look at those folks
That's
Right.
and not think of them as beneath us or anything, because
Exactly.
nobody's any better than anybody else. But we have to think in terms of how we can help.
Right.
And y'all are indeed doing that. You are
Amen.
blessed. You lead people. You help them. I've heard some of the stories that some of the folks shared about how you take care of the children at Christmas.
yes.
That is that special time
Yes.
for the children to
Yes.
make sure they have everything. And so to me, that's the work.
Yeah. And when we look at people like Reverend Glover,
Hmm.
Macedonia, Dr. Smith,
Right.
Reverend Stanley,
Hmm.
these pastors who are impacting our cons to the city, we have to realize that they've gotten older.
Right.
And because they've gotten older, we younger ones ought to want to do more than preach.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
We ought to want to do what they did to
Right.
change lives,
Right.
help, feed.
Hmm.
I was out there one day, and Dr. Glover was out there, and just a drunk just walked up to him
Hmm.
and knew he could greet him. And,
Hmm.
and that's the kind of the love that me and Bishop and Drive Time have.
Right.
It's unconditional. It is
Hmm.
not judgmental zone.
At all.
And I feel that if these guys have worked so hard all these years, now
Hmm.
they're in their 60s, they're headed toward their 70s.
Hmm.
Not that they don't want to do it,
Hmm.
Hmm.
but the strength to do it.
Right.
And he
Right.
chose us because we were strong.
Right.
And I just feel that the community embracing us to help continue the legacies that are
Hmm.
already here.
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
know what you think.
I mean, it's a blessing to serve. It's a blessing
Yes,
to
it is.
have the strength and the ability to do it, particularly when you see those that cannot. You recognize that you don't have your strength for yourself, but for others as well. So it's just a blessing to be able to be a blessing. Like you were saying,
Right.
to whom much
Right.
is given, much is required.
That was it.
And we don't
That
take
was
Yes.
it.
yeah, we don't
That
take
was
the much for granted. We
We
don't take
don't.
that lightly. We actually respect the fact that much was given and we appreciate it.
Yeah.
And in appreciating it, then we want to make sure that we are good stewards of
Right.
it to do
Right.
what we are supposed
Right.
to do.
Well, I've never seen anywhere that it said that if you were a servant of God that you had to be poor
Right.
and down and
That's
out
right.
or
Exactly.
anything. But it's my understanding that if you get a lot, as you were
Mhm.
saying, if you're blessed,
Right.
then you need to spread it around
Right.
and help other people.
Exactly.
And that's what you all do. And that is what I admire
Amen.
so much, and others do. Like Martha Oglesby says that she loves these two men of God,
Amen. Love you
and
too, Amen, Mother.
Wilson Pierre says that y'all are awesome
Thank you
leaders,
so
and
much.
so,
Sure.
and I agree with that. And all these folks from Drive Time,
Yes, we can see you.
yeah, yeah. These folks are really wonderful. They are wonderful. You're welcome to call us if you have a question. These two tremendous men of faith. The call in number is 478-250-1444. So please call us if you have a question, if you have a comment. Please go to the chat and add any comments that you might have concerning these two wonderful, wonderful people and the work that they do. We've talked about the radio station. We've talked about the facility that they have facilities plural that they have purchased. And we talked about the community work that they are doing. Let's talk about recognition, the recognitions that you have received. The NAACP took notice
Yes,
of your work last year,
Mhm.
and they recognized you
Mhm.
in a great way. Now, tell us about that.
That was mind blowing because we were not expecting it.
At all.
Mhm.
And it was not it's even like now what makes being on the radio so well and easy for us, Dr. Lucas, is that we're not in competition. We celebrate Harry Young, we celebrate
Yeah.
99.5. They
Yeah.
were just won the Stella. We are so excited about that, and
Mhm.
we acknowledge those. And what makes it easy is that we are just here to love and to serve. Man, it's more of a blessing to us playing the music.
Uh-huh.
We don't just play it; we be in here dancing
Yes,
and
we do.
Bishop. We thought he was gonna pull his
We
shirt off one time.
look,
You remember
look.
that? Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I know the judge has to keep him in shirts and stuff because he
Really? That's what we
really
do.
does dance. Yep, he does. um, but you won um, an award,
Yes,
and it was the NAACP award, yearly award that they
yes.
gave you in the area of communications, I
Yes, ma'am.
believe.
Yes, ma'am.
And you could very well have gotten recognized in the area of religion
Wow.
as well. And so that probably is coming, and community service. Do we have a caller? Lashonia? Lashonia, are you on? Lashonia?
Yes.
Oh, there she goes.
Oh, welcome to Ask Elaine.
Hi, how are you?
We're just great. We're just great. We've got two of your favorite people on Ask Elaine today.
I know. So I was calling in to share my story about how I got introduced to your guest today.
Okay.
So my mother was a drive time member prior to me becoming one. I would call her every morning and she was like, "You have to call me back because drive time." I was like, "What is drive time? What are you talking about?" So she was like, "Well, I'll send it to you in Messenger." And so she sent it to me in Messenger the next morning and I was listening to it and it was right about the time COVID was coming out. So it was right around that time when I joined and everybody was going through these turmoil. We was trying to get used to our new normal and it was just kind of different. And so I felt like I was a prisoner. I was having anxiety. And so I
Mm-mm.
started listening to it and I was like, "Why don't you share this?" And she was like, "I don't know." And so I got on and I started sharing it and I cannot tell you how much that this station and Apostle and Bishop has blessed me with my spiritual growth, my personal growth. I mean, every morning, I'm not a morning person, believe it or not. I'm not. I get on the radio in the morning and I'm laughing, but I am not a morning person. But when I get on and I'm listening to my drive time family, everything just changed. And
Yeah.
like my life has changed since I've been introduced to my drive time family. And I love them so much. And I'm grateful and I appreciate all you guys are doing and are going to do. And I want you to keep up the good work, and I will continue to follow you wherever you guys go. I will follow you.
That
Oh,
is
thank
Thank you,
you.
wonderful. I
Queeness.
mean, that's the ultimate. That's the ultimate
Yes,
sentiment.
yes.
I
That's
always say, I will follow somebody that's going in the right direction. So
yes.
with Apostle and Bishop, I will follow them because I know they're doing the work, and I really do appreciate you guys. Keep it up, and I love you immensely.
Amen. We
Thank
love you
you.
too.
We
Well,
love you
see,
too.
that's good. And then you
Yes.
got these folks calling there on Ask Elaine this evening. We want to welcome Shirley Lester, Dr. Dallas Anderson, who are just faithful drive time folks. We want to
Yes.
welcome everybody
She's
who's
one of our
tuned in.
pastors too in our organization.
Yes,
Hmm.
yes,
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 does a
yes,
wonderful job as
yes.
well.
Shirley Lester is one of those faithful
G Mama.
people who's very, very involved in the community. And all of these folks on here, they will spread the word. And y'all be sure to share so that you can remind others that we are on. You've tuned in for those who just tuned in. You're listening to or watching Ask Elaine. This is your news, talk, and information program, your number one program. We've heard number one program. See, I'm gonna have all these other folks. Man, all they have to do is just
Call me on.
get some more drive
Bishop.
time. That's yeah, that's what they have to do. But we are just so happy to have you there, and be sure to mark your calendar every Wednesday from 3 to 4. We are here on historic WDDO, and we wouldn't be anywhere else. We just are so happy to have you, and we hope that we share something every week that helps you with something that you're dealing with. And people are saying good, great guests. Good afternoon.
Oh, thank you.
Just wonderful people. Thank you so very much. Give us a call if you have a
Yes.
comment or a question that you need to share with us. We will be more than happy. Pastor Lisa is
I-
on now.
She
Uh,
celebrated her
she
24th
surely
pastor's
did.
right.
anniversary.
She
Happy
surely did.
anniversary.
That's at least
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
She I didn't get a chance to make it there, but I follow her all the time, and she shares with all of her friends on Facebook the things that are going
Wow.
on with her, and I just love sharing with people as well. Dennis Cersei,
Laid back.
um, dear friends, good
Hey,
evening. He's
looking
on the.
laid back.
Y'all are just bringing everybody on here now. Y'all gotta make sure
Makaya.
now you mark your calendar on Wednesday at 3. We have a phone call, I think, from Willa Code. Caller, are you there?
Mother Cole?
Yes.
Hey, how are you?
All right. How you?
Doing great, doing great.
All right.
What do
I
you
just
have
wanted
for
to
us
tell,
today?
ma'am.
What do you
I
have
just want to
for us?
tell about Pastor Brother Rozier and Deacon Scott have been in my life for a good little bit too, and I love them. They make this station, for everybody, even the elder people. They take up time, with them and stuff like that. There, so I love that.
Oh,
Amen. Thank you, Mother Cole.
That's a testimony. People don't just have to say something nice.
Yes,
These folks are sincere in
yes,
what
and
they're
that and
saying.
they are my boys.
Uh huh,
oh, thank
uh
you,
We
huh.
love you,
Mother.
Mother
Yes.
Cole.
Love you, Mother.
And I love you too. And my cousin Peggy Lynn, she trying to take y'all from me.
Uh oh.
Uh-uh.
Peggy Davis. Peggy
Well,
Davis.
Amen. Peggy Davis.
y'all gonna have to work that out at drive time in the morning. We, that's when y'all gonna have
okay,
to
well,
deal with
thank
that.
y'all.
All right.
We love you.
Okay. All right. But that's a lovely lady.
Yes, she
That's a
is.
lovely lady. Kiasta Hart she says she's out. Pastor Lisa. Oh, Nevy Trulio Franklin Hogan, the lady with the four names.
The
She was
devious.
one of my former
Oh,
students.
Really?
wow.
Yeah, I'm
Wow.
trying to think of where she was,
Hmm.
whether it was in elementary school when she was my student or whether she was at Hutchings Career Center.
Awesome.
Hmm.
Um, and she talks about y'all as being awesome and amazing leaders, and
Amen.
she loves you both.
Love you
And
too.
that is the theme that we hear, not only because of your religious. Neve, it was the Teen Parent Center, yeah,
Right.
where I was counselor. That
So,
Neve was one of our students,
amen.
and just wonderful,
Right. Well,
wonderful.
we as radio station, we would like to get involved with what you're doing,
Right.
getting these GEDs,
Right.
and letting people know
Actually, it's the high school diploma.
high
Okay.
school diploma,
Mm-hmm.
that an actual
Mm-hmm.
diploma
Yes,
accredited and everything, and just letting people know it's never too late to get your diploma. and
Right.
that's right.
and we want to talk about that because I think that is simply amazing.
Well, it just so happens that when you go and talk to folks and they're so kind to you, they they give you stuff.
Wow.
And so, what these guys have done is they have made a contribution to EL High
Oh.
School Academy's scholarship program. And we just happened to have a couple of students who came in who were having some challenges as
Wow.
Okay.
far as their tuition.
Hmm.
And so they no longer have those challenges
Amen.
because of and we're debating, we're going to have you to tell us what to name the scholarship
Wow.
that we're creating. We are going to list it on every one of our future graduation programs,
Wow.
and acknowledge the support that
Amen.
you have given us in getting our students to finish their high school
Oh.
diploma. We have students from the late teens in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s who are coming back and finishing the work and earning their high school diploma. And we have a formal graduation ceremony.
Wow.
We used to have them 3 times a year, but with COVID, we went to 2, and now we're at 1, which will be in either June, July, or August, depending on
Yes.
health issues
Yes.
and how many graduates we have. We just recently in June graduated another 23
Wow.
with
That's
their
awesome.
high school diploma,
There you
and
go.
they have gone on
Yes.
to college, technical school,
Wow.
the military.
Mhm.
We just recently had several to graduate from Fort
awesome.
Valley State.
Okay.
Mr. Bethune-Cookman last year was one of our graduates, and he
Awesome.
went on to
Commissioner.
Bethune-Cookman, was able to accept his band
That's
scholarship
awesome.
Wow.
and finish up.
Mhm.
And this is just an example
Mhm.
of what we're able to do and what your support for us will
Thank you.
enable us to do.
Amen.
And those 2 young ladies are going to be able to finish.
Thank you, Jesus.
They both have children,
Wow.
and so they are going to be able to get their high school diploma and then move forward
Mhm.
to help themselves and their
To
children.
God
be
And
the
so I would not expect you to do any less
Amen.
than that. And y'all, I just want to let you know how grateful we are that Cathedral and the leadership have helped to establish this scholarship
Amen.
to assist us in helping folks to get their high school diploma.
Wow.
And I always say books and the ballot.
Mm.
Right.
Books and the ballot
Right.
are the keys to our freedom.
Mhm.
You get your books, folks can't take it from you.
Right.
You exercise the right to vote, and you maintain it. You ensure that it stays
Yes.
there. And so, what we need to do is to have more religious leaders who will support
Yes, ma'am.
what's good, rather than just enriching themselves and that's it.
Right.
You enrich yourself, and then you show others how to enrich themselves,
right.
and you help them.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's what you all do.
Thank you.
So we are just so great. But the scholarship fund, we're going to talk,
Okay.
and you can let us know what you would like it to be called,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
it will be an ongoing
Wow.
Amen.
scholarship. Thank you so much, all of you who have made comments. We love you, and those of you listen to me. I'm talking about we love you. I sound like drive time. Y'all, Dr. Butler has posted, and she says hello to all of us. They just finished Camp 22, which is a summer camp for children that they've had at their church the last several weeks. She says she just wanted to greet everybody
Dr. Butler.
and give congratulations to all of you for your great work. And we want to thank you, Dr. Butler, for all that you do, you and Pastor Watson, for all that you do. Now, this evening, the Evangelical Ministers Alliance will start their first night of citywide revival at St. John Baptist Church on the corner of Key Street and Anthony Road at 7 p.m. And they will have a sermon tonight, tomorrow night, and Friday night. Dr. Wanda Smith West will preach tonight. Tomorrow evening, I forget who's preaching, and then Friday, Reverend Dr. Henry Ficklin is bringing the message. And so Rhonda Bird says it's contagious. It's contagious. It is. It is. But this citywide revival is endorsed and supported by the Martin Luther King Board, which is a county supported and sanctioned board, which serves to keep Dr. King's memory alive th- throughout the entire year. And that's what these guys epitomize,
Right.
the things that Dr. King stood for. He didn't just, he gave his life
Yes.
for us. And in a way, you all are
Yeah.
giving your
It's true.
lives to better the betterment of the community, and we are just grateful.
Yeah.
We're very grateful. Give us a call. We're about to run out of time, but if you'll give us a call, is Overseer Randall on the line? Overseer, how are you?
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm great. I'm just great. And you see who our two guests are.
Well, I tell you, I
So
just
you're going to
called
turn
to
around and get them as your
say
guests,
hello
now,
to
aren't
three of my favorite people.
you?
I'm glad to see you all together, and glad that you're spotlighting Bishop and the Apostle, and it's
Yes.
just glorious, just a glorious day today. And I just wanted to say congratulations. If it had not been for God putting me on their minds, then I would not be at God's way today.
Yeah.
But I thank God.
Amen.
Yeah. Yeah. We're grateful for your insight that you share um, uh, weekly, and I try to catch you as often as I can, and help to support and let you know that there are people listening and that we appreciate you giving your time to trying to make things better for the community, just like these men of faith do. They give their time and their effort and their uh, just give their support to this community. And they're just helping in so many ways, in so many ways. Now, the other award, we mentioned the NAACP award, but the other night at the church, I felt like we need
Wow.
to recognize, since it was the convocation, we needed to recognize the apostle. Um, I know that there are recognitions all over, but we wanted to do our part. And on behalf of the almost 25,000 residents of District 3 here in Macon,
Wow.
and then the over 150,000 residents of Macon Bibb County, we presented the apostle with a plaque in honor of his community service and all of the dedication, all the work that he is doing, along with the bishop and the overseers, the senior pastors, all of these folks are doing. You got a little picture there, huh? Y'all were ready today, weren't you? There's yeah, there's a picture showing you receiving
Yes.
that
Blown away.
award. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But we just want to let you know how much we appreciate you, as well as your entire organization,
Thank
for
you so
all that
much.
you do. Now, before we run out of
Or
time,
you don't run
this
you don't run
hour.
out of time when we're all.
Oh my! Well,
You
we just lean back. We just lean back. Um, we want you to share one or two things that have been most impactful. One or two things that you want people to know,
Mhm.
so that they can kind of get themselves in order to serve people. It's not just about them; it's about what they do.
Right.
And I believe that once we get, those of us who are going to heaven, everybody's not going, but those of us who go to heaven, I think there's going to be a scale,
Mhm.
and good and bad, with the good and the bad.
Yes.
And if you're good, your good should has to outweigh your bad. I just believe
Right. Right.
that's me. So tell us about a couple of things that you want people to know, that furthers my sentiment that y'all are doing. You're putting your faith into works. You want to start?
Well, one of the things is that if we all walk in humility, it shows that I don't care what race you are, you can build something great. And one of the greatest things, me and Bishop has been best friends for 26 years or going on, is that we're not jealous of each other. We're
Hmm.
not envy of each
That's
other.
so obvious.
We
That is
we
obvious.
we, we want to see the other one great, just like I want
Hmm.
to see him great. He want to see
Hmm.
me great.
Hmm.
And I think that as we see the smile and the victory that comes through drive time, being on the radio, but just being in the pulpit. But the greatest thing, Commissioner, is that we love our families, right?
Hmm.
We love our
Hmm.
parents. We love our sisters, our brothers, our children. We love at home. So
Mhm.
when our families see the love we have here,
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
they know the love is for real.
It's genuine.
Yeah.
Bishop,
Yeah. Yeah.
Bishop.
Definitely.
I'm just one overjoyed, but I am enthused about where we are, and I just encourage all of those that are in a place of influence to actually use that influence to positively affect their community, to
Yes,
positively affect the lives of everyone that they come in contact with, because there's a reason why you have that influence.
that's right.
Hmm.
And you don't want to leave your community worse than it was when you found
Right.
it. You want
Awesome.
to
Right.
make sure that you add as much to it as you possibly can, and actually hold dear the responsibility that was given to you, because you didn't have to be given the
Hmm.
That's so true.
responsibility that you have. So just make sure
Hmm.
that you are a good steward of it, and love
Love.
beyond
It's
anything else.
unbelievable.
Love
Full of it.
regardless.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
like you would want to be loved.
Mhm.
All
That's
right.
great.
So
That
What's
is
love got to
great.
do with it? That was your
What that was
subject.
my subject.
What's
What's
love got
love
to
got to
do?
do with
Got to
don't say.
do?
Don't say.
with
Got
it?
to do
Yeah.
Don't
with
say.
There
it.
and there were
Love.
Don't say.
some things that we talked about
My bad.
that didn't show that really that we care about each other,
Right.
Yes.
and there was some things that we could do
Mhm.
to show our concern for especially our people. And that's what love's got to do with it. First, got to love everybody. You got to be
Right.
concerned about
So
other
true.
people. And then you will show that by doing things. And see, they remember it. Remember, I told you not a single person went to sleep, not even the little kids. They didn't go.
Hey, cuz.
They didn't go. They didn't go to sleep. Yeah, we've got
Because
a lot of these familiar names. Thank you all so very much. Now, um, we've talked about the faith of these two heroes. We've talked about the works that they have done. We've talked about their uh, charitable work that they're doing. What's coming up Friday? What are y'all going to be doing
Friday
Friday?
is our Glory House,
right.
where we're going to be providing lunches every Friday and shelter from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And all they have to do is come to the back door and of 1060. And we go out, we give
Mm-hmm.
lunches. And matter of fact, we're going to also be providing for the Elaine Lucas senior
Senior
citizen
Center.
one of those Fridays. So we're
It's going to be
opening up the
great.
house to, because I realized when Bishop was talking about it, more than homeless people are hungry.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
More than homeless people
That's
are
right.
hungry. And when you have these parents that are struggling just to make a meal, we want to know you have a meal here that
Exactly.
you don't have
Mm-hmm.
to struggle
And you
for.
have
Mm-hmm.
the
We got you.
grandparents. You have the
Yeah.
grandparents that have their
Taking care.
grandchildren
Uh-huh.
that
That's right.
Uh-huh.
possibly need some assistance while they're helping their children work or whatever.
Right.
So wherever we can lighten the load, we want to jump in and try to be as helpful as we possibly can.
That is just so Christ-like.
Mhm.
It is. Faith without works. Faith
Exactly.
without works. You can talk about doing stuff all day long, but if you don't ever do it, where's the work?
Mhm.
You can talk about voting all day long
All
and
day long.
what folks aren't going to do, but if you don't ever vote, yeah, they're going to do what they want to
That's
do.
so true.
They really are. So faith without works is dead. So we're all going to um, uh, make sure that we follow in the footsteps of the one who looks out for all of us, and that we follow in the footsteps of these two wonderful, wonderful people the apostle and the bishop and all that they're doing in this community.
Welcome.
We've got to find some people who will continue to do what they're supposed to do.
Amen.
Wow.
Men, especially black men, are the um, role models
Mhm.
for our children.
Right.
And if children see them doing positive things, they will
Well,
then say, I can do that too.
Exactly.
right.
I can be successful too.
Well, that's something you say, Commissioner. I was watching the news yesterday. I don't know whether anybody noticed, but you said for months, wake up, y'all, wake up. And to hear our last president get up and say literally what he would do if he became president again, we need to wake up.
We sure
Right.
do.
I just can't believe he said that foolishness.
I believe it. I believe it. And he means it
He
too.
means it.
He said, I could go down Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody
Nothing to happen.
and nobody, nothing would happen to me. He
Right.
truly believes it.
Mhm.
And for a while there, I was thinking that was going to be the truth. But Attorney General Merrick Garland, somebody woke him up, poured some water on him or something, woke him up,
Right.
and he just came out, just came out throwing punches. And so it looks like that our Justice Department is
They
investigating
are
Good.
the
investigating.
former president.
Finally,
Finally,
Finally.
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 Yeah.
And he did cause some deaths.
Yes.
He did.
He riled up that crowd
Mm-hmm.
and sent them over to the Capitol.
He
They
did.
were going to hang his vice
That's right.
president.
Right.
That's right.
They were going to kill Nancy
That's
Pelosi
right.
and any other member of Congress that they could. But the one thing I think it had to have been divine intervention that stepped in there and touched
Right.
Pence,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and wouldn't let him
Mm-hmm.
help
Right.
with that
With that
evil
foolishness.
scheme.
That's exactly right.
So we've got a wake up call. We've
Yes.
got a wake up call. We need to start doing things that enhance our community. We need to make sure that we always vote,
Right.
Yes.
always, because the one time we don't, that's when we get stuff like consolidation
Nation.
slipped
Yes.
Right.
in
Right.
on us, like a candidate that we don't want, and then
Right.
we fuss about it for the rest of
Right.
the 4
That's
years.
right.
Mm.
It's too late
Right.
then.
But
Right.
It's too
if
late.
we would stop trying to outdo each other and
Yeah,
let's do with each
do
other,
with
Right.
each
it'll
other.
be so much greater. But it's so
Yeah,
much division that we feel we have to outdo.
right,
Let's do it
right,
together, and
Together.
we
right.
can do great things.
You're
That's what I
So
absolutely
believe.
true.
right. And I think that's a great way. Please call us. We have 1 or 2 more minutes
Yeah,
before we have to get off. Since
Bishop.
we have the owners of the
Yeah,
station.
I have a question, Bishop. I have a question, Commissioner.
Yes,
I didn't preach enough to get an offering.
Bishop.
Trying to get that $20 back.
Alfred.
Please give him that
Yeah,
twenty
he said he
dollars
wants his $20 back.
back.
I've got some grandchildren
Yeah,
out
right,
there
right.
they're waiting for
You're not
this.
getting
They
that
want
$20
I preach for this. You got to call it. Uh,
caller, are you on the line? Do we have a caller?
hello.
Hello, Madam Commissioner.
Yes, yes, it's Pastor Lisa. How are you today?
I am blessed and highly favored of God.
Yeah, yeah. Congratulations on your 24th anniversary.
24 years of pastoring Liberty Christian
4
Church. What a
years.
great honor. I'm humbled by that.
Yeah, that's great. That's
28
great.
years
What
of
about
preaching the
these two?
gospel.
What about these two men of faith here?
Listen, I want to salute those two men. I also want to thank you for your gift, Madam Commissioner, on my
Well,
anniversary. Even though
you're
you couldn't come,
welcome.
as always, you sent me a nice gift. You and my senator, and I want to publicly thank you. I know I thank you privately, but I want to publicly thank you for always loving and supporting what we do in ministry. And then I already saluted the apostle on his birthday.
And I know he had a grand one. I caught the replay of Drive Time. And so I know he's still in a celebratory spirit. So I know they loved on him real good. And I always want to thank God for Bishop Don. I want to thank God for both of them and keeping the legacy of WDDO alive.
Wow.
And you know, my tenure with WDDO goes way back to the days of Willie Collins and Jackie Glover and Frank Dean Martin, the original Happy Man himself, Deacon Bobby Clark, then now
Yeah.
Pastor Bobby Clark. So I just thank God for them for keeping the historic station WDDO alive, and even more so now to know that it's black owned and operated.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we salute them for what they're doing in the community through the station. And as I always say to them when I talk to them in private, I say it publicly, we expect great things from them. And I just thank God and pray much for them that God will continue to strengthen the work of their hands.
Thank you. Thank you
Oh,
so
that's
much.
great. So well said. So well said. Dennis
And
Cersei
then I
said,
promised my president that I would call in about the revival tonight,
right.
President Laura Cherry. And I thank you for announcing that earlier. And I put it in
Yeah.
the chat.
Yeah.
And we will
Okay.
kick off
So,
citywide revival.
yeah, Reverend Dr. Wanda West is preaching tonight. Who is the guest
Adam
minister
Smith,
tomorrow?
Tabernacle AME.
Right. Who's the tomorrow night?
Thursday night is Dr. Gail T. Smith, Universal
Gail
Life.
Smith. How in the world could I forget Gail?
And
She's
then
in
Dr.
the
Henry
family.
C. Ficken Friday.
Right, right, right. That's great. And thank you. You all, along with the Mentors Project, are two of those organizations that always have events going on that are in keeping with the life and the works of Dr. King always. And so we
Absolutely.
are
You
just
know,
so
Madam
happy
Commissioner, we
to
have to salute
endorse.
June O'Neill. We've been feeding all summer, fed this Monday, every Monday this month. We had so much food that we've given out to children in the community during summer break all around our church, all south, east, and west. We've been giving out so many food boxes, and we attribute that to our partnership with the Mentors Project. Miss June
Mm,
O'Neill, certainly we want to salute her for helping us this summer to feed our kids. And as she always say, it really is always about the children.
right,
Amen.
right,
Yes, it
right.
is.
June has been a special guest on Ask Elaine. Um, these two gentlemen that are with us today are Apostle Vertice Rozier and Bishop Don Scott. We are saluting them for their work in the community, first of all, for being faith leaders. And then, secondly, for being people who thought it not robbery. See, I'm getting better at it. Thought it not robbery. That's what y'all say, Pastor Lisa, don't you? Who thought it not robbery. See, I'm going to get a whole lot of old comments on that. On there trying to no, never, ever. Uh, who decided that they were going to do something for this community. And we are just so grateful to them. We are just very, very grateful. Um, okay, do we have another caller? Oh, Dr. Glover is
Butler.
on the phone. Doc, how are you, sir?
Finding you.
Doing just great. Doing just great. I saw I replayed your sermon when you were the special minister over for Dr. Bumpus this past
Yes, I saw
Wednesday.
your comment there.
Yeah, yeah, you
And
were
thank you
good. You
for
read
remembering
back a
that.
lot.
Oh Lord. I'm trying.
Yeah, yeah,
After 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 54 years.
well, you can still read back,
You're
so
right back,
that's
Reverend.
good. What do you have to say about our two special guests here?
Well, I don't want to sound redundant because I've tried to get on, but the people just wouldn't let me get on. But I do want to first of all salute you for your program each week. Very informative.
Thank you so
Uh,
much. We love doing it.
and you've always brought to the public information that is so needed And I just want to thank you and my friend, the senator, for all that you all do.
Thank
Then I want to briefly uh, salute those two visionaries that you have sitting with you
you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
for the work that they're doing in this community and making it possible for me to come back on radio live.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, good doctor.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
they're doing a good work, and I've listened with intent participation with the radio audience today as they began to give them all kinds of accolades and congratulatory expressions. So I wanted to just say that and say to them to continue the good work.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Did
Glover.
y'all
Yes,
want to
Dr.
respond?
Glover, tell them about how you consistently, even when WDDO was in the dark, and how you consistently called and believed in us coming back on.
Oh yes, I after the I call it the emptiness, the void of
Mm-hmm.
WDDO. I kept calling Apostle about doing something, and I guess I worried him enough until he got up off his stool of do nothing and got something done.
You know you're right across the street, right? You know I could just walk over there, right? Go ahead, doctor.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
We can't take that lightly, and we don't take it. Uh, we take it at heart because it has done so much for this community
Amen.
to bring
That's right.
WDDO back in.
That's right.
And he prophesied to us that we would be on an FM station.
He did.
Oh,
and
really?
it wasn't 30 days
Right.
that we got the call.
Uh, you want to have a friend like Reverend Dr. Walter
Yes.
Glover
Well,
and the other Dr. Glover. You want to have friends like that. You know, it's an honor to have them because they encourage.
Yes,
They
they
do.
do.
They
Yes.
encourage and push, and anything that they can do to help,
Yes.
they
They
will
have.
do
Yes.
it.
We thank God for
They will
Dr.
do
Beverly
it.
Glover, Dr. Walter Glover. They
Yeah,
Amen.
yeah,
are
yeah.
great
You see
counselors.
that Facebook picture
Oh, I
of
saw it.
them? They were
Oh, yeah. With
sharp.
that pink dress on. Yeah.
She was in yellow.
Yellow. That's
She
what I
was
told
in
her.
yellow,
Canary yellow.
and Doc had on
That pinstripe
the
suit.
stripes and
Mm-hmm.
everything. They were looking sharp.
Yeah.
They were looking sharp over there with the
you all
bump.
are so kind. You're so kind.
We just tell it like it is. We just tell it like it is. Thank you so much, Doc.
Thank you.
Love you, Dr. Glover.
Love you.
Sunday
All
mornings
right.
at 9:15. You
Yes.
can hear the Greater Zion here, Missionary Baptist Church, every Sunday
Live.
morning. And they are really about the only live
They are live.
church services that's still
Right,
going on the
right,
radio.
Right.
right, right. They are just
Yes,
icons
they are.
in the community. And Pastor,
It's AM and FM, how you heard it in the old days. The new 107.9 FM.
all
All
right
righty,
then.
then.
Got to
All
get the
right.
engineer.
That's hey, that's a hint, y'all.
Got to get the
It's
Own
engineer.
time.
it or not, you
It's
got to
it's
go, Rosie.
time to
Scott.
go. It's time to go. Listen, y'all. You've been listening for the past hour or so to a tribute to two very fine gentlemen. We want to thank them for their work in the community. We want to thank them for their leadership as far as our religious lives are concerned. We want to thank them for that morning inspiration drive time.
Thank you.
You need a spark sometimes.
Wow.
You get up, and the older you get, you got an ache here, you got something you got to work out over there. Everything, and you need somebody who's going to inspire you to get going during the day. Driving along early in the morning, to hear them, you you have to be real careful with your car because your mood is being lifted. You're
Yes.
being lifted
That's
to, and you're being prepared for the day. And so we want to salute them for
Thank you.
all that they have done and are going to continue doing in this community. And for those of you who are listening on AM or FM, if you'd like to see this program, it's recorded.
Yes.
It is.
So all you got to do is go to the Glory and review, watch the program, watch the comments, read the comments that are being made, and you'll be blessed. You will be blessed. And we also finally want to thank the apostle for including us in the blessings. We will be setting up a scholarship. We have a scholarship fund, but we will be enlarging that scholarship fund. We will be determining the name of it so that we can include it on our program for our graduation ceremonies. And so we just want to thank you.
Certainly welcome.
Want to thank you. And want to say thank you to all of you who have tuned in today. Y'all don't be a stranger. Next week, we're going to be talking with Kimberlyn Carter, who has been traveling all over. And she has some information that she wants to share. And then we're going to talk about the Trump, um, um, what should we call it?
Trump skunk.
Trump skunk is really appropriate, really appropriate. But the skunk is gonna be, I think he's gonna be. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, toes crossed, everything, that he will be facing justice very soon. And if not real soon, there'll be an announcement that charges are being brought against him. Nobody is above the law, and certainly not someone who actually is responsible for the deaths
Right.
of people. Police
right.
officers died that day. And who knows how many other people that we don't know
That's right.
about, that these thugs and these oath keepers and all
Right.
of them have not been a participant in their deaths. So we're going to find out next week what Kimberlyn has discovered in her travels all over. And then we're going to talk about news and information,
Awesome.
things that are local, things that are state, things that are national. So you'll want to tune in again next week. You guys have any final things that you'd like to say?
We want to say thank you for including
Yes,
us
thank you
and
so
actually
much.
being the first to bring
Interview
forth
us,
about
yeah.
us being on
That's
First Black
Ask
and On.
Elaine.
I know
Ask
that.
Elaine now.
You heard it first.
We heard it
on Ask
first
Elaine.
here
Yeah,
on
we
Ask
sure did.
Elaine. Yeah. All right, Bishop.
We just appreciate you, Commissioner. Thank you for giving us a chance.
Yes.
Because you and Overseer Randall were the first
Uh-huh.
to give us a chance.
That's
and we
right.
appreciate you for believing in us. So we thank you.
Well, thank you. And you gave us a chance. And a lot of people have been helped by you allowing us to be on and share information, because you didn't have to do it. And we appreciated the calls. We
Yes. And we're going to
appreciate
be
the
talking to
call.
Anita Howard too. I'm going down to speak with her.
Oh,
And we
yes.
want to give her 15 minutes every morning to speak
Wonderful.
and to talk here
Wonderful.
on the show.
She will be great. She
Awesome.
will be great. We gotta have her back.
Yes.
We gotta have her back.
We love it.
Yeah. All right. So I think we have overstayed our welcome here today. But we hope that we've shared some things that are inspirational to you. I know I'm inspired even more by this program today. And we just thank you so very much for being here with us. And we will see you again next Wednesday for another edition of Ask Elaine.
Amen.
I love it.
When it comes to safety, I'ma take care of mine. I wanna take my son to school and not worry about if he gonna make it home or not. I want my grandma and them to go to the grocery store without worrying